Hey everybody, welcome back to another amazing Real Estate Uncensored Marketing Round Table. All right, I have my three amazing co-hosts. Gene's shaking his head because he's embarrassed to be around me, probably because he didn't shave his head today. I'm going to make fun of him because he looked extra bald. We have Nick, the ever-shrinking man, who is awesome and incredibly supportive. And then we have the legendary Sergeant Jake Wolf. Do not fuck with this man, ladies and gentlemen. He will lay down hellfire on your marketing plans, but we're going to be talking about all kinds of incredible things. What is going on with Open Door? How can we bring compelling offers? And how can you be the leader in your market? But first, here's our intro. I think it's bad that I dance to my intro every time. Literally, I dance to it. And a second 10, I always clap. I'm like, yeah, getting ready for this show. But we got some incredible stuff. Nick came up with this topic. So we're going to bring Nick in first. Then we go to Gene and Jake. Nick, what is up? What spawned this idea for a conversation today?
How about I got a fun fact for the day before we jump into the seriousness of marketing. Did you know that the first person ever in recorded history to be convicted of speeding was going 8 miles per hour?
Yeah, everybody knows that. It's Gene when he drives. I mean, it's very simple.
I do. Listen, in my defense, I am not a heavy-footed driver. That's my wife. I cruise, man. I take my time. I enjoy the scenery. I was run off the road, actually, the other night by some 80-year-old driver. I almost killed her. I followed her and took her license plate and almost killed her. But that's another story for another day.
There you go.
In a metaphorical way, not these days. Yeah, man, that's where I come in. But first off, Gene, how are you, brother?
I feel a little disrespected, Greg.
Uh-oh.
Why? Because you didn't shave your head today?
Anytime I come out of the gate like that, I always love Nick's reaction. You know, I told you I got a hard stop at 2 today, right? Eastern time. And you drug out the pre-show, man. It's almost like you don't even want me on the show that long. It's like it gets from 1:30 to 1:32.
Bye. Okay, it's off. Oh, no. Yeah, and he's back. Oh, look at that computer glitch.
Early exit. No, listen, it's always good to be with these three handsome gentlemen. Dick Trackus, Jack Fox, Greg McDizzle. It's always nice.
We're going to get weirder and weirder freaking nicknames. Jake, let's quickly tell everybody who you are, where you're from, what you do. And you made a big move lately. And so how are you enjoying your new move? And then we're going to jump directly into this content so Gene actually can get a word in.
Well, I'm always making moves, Greg McDaniel. So I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. And today I'm very excited to be talking about compelling offers and big tech companies that are coming for your pocket strings.
Yeah, they really are, and that's not a joke. Let's dive into this, Nick. Walk us through this. What are you seeing? You're in the marketing and real estate side, so how can people combat this? I mean, should they be concerned about it? Oh, everything, just go.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of agents out there that, you know, our market, Tampa, Florida, is pretty much a melting pot, right? So most tech companies are here in our market. I have agents across the country who haven't even had to deal with this kind of stuff yet. I'm sure if you're listening to the show, you might not even know who, you know, like Knock is. They're not in every market yet. Obviously, OfferPad and Open Door are probably the two most prevalent, if you will, in a lot of markets. And I think taking the attitude of I'm a professional realtor, I charge 6%. I've been doing it this way for 35 years or 5 years or whatever. And, you know, iBuyer is such a small percentage of the transactions. We have nothing to worry about because agents are always going to be needed. So the reason why I had Greg actually flash that, you know, over $2 billion in Q2, I was reading an article about Open Door, how they purchased. And I came up with the 2 billion number. I don't know actually if that's the real number. I know it was like 5,000 houses. So you take the average market price of 250 or 260 and multiply that by that many. But we're talking billions of dollars in purchase real estate, and that's direct listings out of your pocket. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up, we talk about offers all the time, but it really comes back to what does the consumer want, right? And so your message to your market, your message has got to be more than just, hey, I sold a house for over asking price. I'm the best realtor in town because I'm in the top 10 of my, whatever my broker posted on my monthly Facebook page, right? What is the offer? And overwhelming majority of what consumers are responding to right now from all these iBuyers has to do with convenience more than price, right? The Knox of the world, the Open Doors, OfferPad, there's some speed to convenience as far as like, we're going to give you an instant cash offer. So that's like the new Zestimate, how you would bait somebody online. But the real thing is people are frustrated with the house, the selling process. So being able to buy your house before you move or before you sell is a huge, feather in your cap if you're a brokerage or you're associated with somebody who does that kind of thing. Being able to sell a home without having people come in through open houses is a huge convenience, right? Being able to pick the date that you actually close is a huge convenience. So I just wanted to spur the conversation with these guys and get people in the mindset of how do you provide more value to the customer and what are you actually talking about? What's your message to the market? Because I promise you, if you don't have a bag of tricks, you can't just have one listing presentation. You can't just have one message. You got to be able to have some investors in your back pocket to line up a cash offer. You got to be able to offer some free moves or discounted moving rates with vendors. You need to think about your listing presentation as who has the best package. What is your package? What do you offer? It cannot just be, I'm an agent who helps you write the contract and I charge 6%.
There's so many jokes with who has the best package. I'm just going to lay that out there. We might want to work on our verbiage on that one. But I mean, yeah, it is true. And there are a lot of things. I think Knock is the one that actually goes out and they will buy your home for cash. They will then do a bridge loan for you so that immediately, so you live in your house until you find your new house. Then they take that capital, they give you the cash, so you go buy it all cash. If they say you buy the house, your new house, you sell your house for $500,000, but then you sell it for $525,000, they give you that $25,000 back.
Well, they also repair. It's up to, I think it's $25,000 in repair costs. So they're no dummies. They're buying these properties, right? And they're actually getting them repaired and selling them. This is just a scaled version of what really good agents have been doing for a long, long time. The best agents in every market, I guarantee you, are going on listing presentations and saying, hey, before we put this house in the market, we need to put mulch down. We need to do this to the front. We need to paint the front door. We need to change this color. We need to maybe throw some granite countertops on. And that $5,000 to $10,000 investment is going to gain you $40,000 to $50,000 in equity. Let's make these moves. I got contractors. I'll make this happen. Let's do it. I guarantee the top 1% of agents are doing those kind of things.
Dude,
this is just doing that at scale, right?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I did I gave my client, then Gene, I want you to jump in because you're going to turn into a unicorn and vanish here in about 15 minutes. But I mean, I did that for a client, a $2 million property. They needed a lot. They needed some definite face work. Let's put it that way. We fronted them $10,000, put a lien on the property. We orchestrated all the contractors, all the movers, all the landscapers, everything. They netted another $300,000 out of the sale of that property based on that $10,000 investment. So it's a powerful offer. Gene, do you want $10,000?
I love $10,000.
I love $10K on AMC stock.
It's actually a true statement. And I'm sitting on it real nice today. Over the last couple of days, we're going to the moon. That's what they say.
Buddy. Yeah, buddy.
So I'm going to be honest. I don't know enough about this yet. I'm trying to learn. And I think from a real estate agent's perspective, the best method of being prepared for stuff like this is to get the knowledge on it. Right. So like, I'm really looking to Nick right now since he dove in. I mean, we had this conversation last night about what the topic was going to be. So I already know coming out of the gate, he's got more under the hood on this than I do. So I just don't. A lot of times, I don't like to speak on stuff that I don't quite understand completely yet, and I don't. So I kind of want, if I can, you guys, if you understand it, and I think this will help the audience too. Break it down for me, for an idiot, right? Like, who cares? Like, really, who cares? What does this mean to an agent that's watching us? how does that affect their bottom line? Like, what? Explain in a little more detail what's imminent right now.
Jake's twitching, but I know Nick's like sitting there like he's a silent assassin. He's like, I'm just gonna wait my turn and then I'm gonna drop hammer. Nick or Jake, who wants to go first?
I'll let Jake go.
I think the big takeaway here is this, right? Without even getting into the weeds on how this positively or negatively affects the real estate industry. If we're talking about marketing, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand what your competitors are doing, what they're putting out there, what is their compelling offer, and how or why they came up with it, because it's resonating with the consumer. So we're always going to go ahead and boil back. What's the seller thinking about right now? Do they need time? Okay. Are those conveniences, such as financial conveniences, time? Where are they at right now? You know, what is the fear? Do they have to move? Do they need a new offer? So you, in order to go ahead and be competitive in the real estate market, is thoroughly understanding your competitor, first and foremost. Secondly, it's about really arranging who you are and what you guys can do and what is that specific journey on a buyer or a seller's side, and also outlining these other things that are definitely in the market, because I can guarantee you that the compelling offer is up front and center, and they are hiding behind that compelling offer. There are a lot of different dark, deep holes in these different companies' initiatives, right? So convenience fees. And also companies like Open Door are just not Open Door backed by Wall Street. They are tied into escrow. They're tied into mortgage. They wrap up all their subsidiaries to go ahead and capitalize on every extra penny that can be squeezed out of initiative. So if you are a person that time or money is kind of throw it out the window, I just got to get this thing done, those are the people that they're coming for. So I would say take a strong focus on your big tech competitors. In addition, you need to be looking at your competitive forces inside of your marketplace, what they are saying, more importantly, how they have their infrastructure of their business set up so that you can go ahead and level up and compete with them. You need to have your digital underground completely linked and established. You have to have all of these tools of business fortified, and you should be thinking about what is a compelling offer that you can go ahead and initiate for your prospective customers. What makes you unique compared to your competitors?
I think that's what something you said right there is, Jake, I think something you said right there is really powerful. Understanding your competitors' compelling advantage. Because a lot of us, we're all a bunch of narcissists. We're real estate agents. We have our pictures on our cards. It's a me, I show, right? Instead of that, reversing that whole mindset and saying, what is Jake Wolf doing? What is Gene Volpe doing? What is Jack Sakis? What is his name for you? Whatever. Dick Trackus. You know, what are these agents doing in my marketplace? And, you know, what is their business volume? What's their marketing material look like? What are they not doing? And what are they doing? Find the holes, exploit them, and then find hacks around to get in front of them on their own game. Is that kind of what you're saying, Jake?
I can tell you what, in the digital world that we're in right now, and the big changes that we've had with iOS 14, Google's new algorithms, right? There are definitely barriers, right, that are preventing people. Facebook is having a disadvantage right now because of the iOS 14 and the amount of audience size that you're able. So there's a lot of barriers. So the layman, businessman, businesswoman, right, or individual licensee that's a real estate agent that doesn't understand a lot of these components, there's a huge barrier there. So in this new digital world, especially where we're at, especially with some of the changes that just happened, you have the advantage to go ahead and either align yourself with somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about, or take that extra time that you have and invest it into actually building a plan of action for yourself and learning these components and putting them into action and linking your digital underground together so that it works for you, so that you're omni-channel marketing. Okay. So what I'm saying is, barriers, when it gets hard, you should be like old Sarge here. We're just going to push through it, because I can guarantee you all the rest of the weak and lazy people that are sitting there that won't put in the hard work, won't put in the effort, won't do these things, are going to go to the wayside. And what it allows you to do from a competitive advantage is, if you understand who your main competitors are, big from Wall Street, local competing forces, you're going to be able to go ahead and put your business right up there with them. Think about the billboards, the old school billboards on the streets, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's a billboard. Shit, I'm going to put mine up next to it. So we got to get to that area here, guys. So Open Door is using compelling offers to go ahead and tap in to how we've been really kind of conformed and transitioned to a fast food mentality, to a vertical stack, to a digital type world. I want it now, need it now. Give me that Amazon Prime. It's going to be to my door right here, right now. So they are focusing on the culture of our new tech world that we all abide by. So it's all a good thing. It's all out there, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you this very sincerely. It's in your face. So you can either choose to go ahead and accept it and understand what's going on and start to rise up and take this challenge on right in front of you. Or if you're just going to sideline, there's something else that's going to happen. We reap what we sow.
Let me jump on that first. I think what you just said was amazing, and I'm going to ask a favor while I'm saying this. Nick, you think you could pull up the advertisements that we were looking at just so we can show how complex these
I'll do one better. Go to
share your screen with us.
Adbeat.com.
Okay.
What is it?
Adbeat.
Beat.
So adbeet.com.
No,
for all the
B-E-A-T.
dyslexics.
adbeat.com.
I'm going to.
That's why.
Yeah, pull up. But here's what I wanted to say to Jake. I love your message there. I think your message is powerful, right? Because here's the thing: like when I employ this thought process in life while these guys are pulling this feed up. It's like you're going to get dealt stuff on a regular basis that's going to make you want to cower into a corner, right? What how do you react to that? I mean, and I always say to people, you got 5 minutes to be a little bitch. Go ahead. I mean, you're allowed. We're human, right? Like, I want people to be like, this sucks. What am I going to? Okay, after the 5 minutes is up, get your bootstraps. Let's move to the next thing, right? So if you're in real estate and you're an agent, this is going to be one of those things that come up. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to piss and moan, or are you going to figure out where you could put your money and your efforts to beat these guys out on the ground, right? Like, I love what you said. It's out there for you. You just got to learn. Like, in my head, I'm thinking about something, and I really just thought about this. So there's no context to it. It's not refined, but what's to stop me from going out and learning about all of these iBuyer programs and digging into some of the things you said? Like, what's this 3% fee? What is this 9% fee? What do you mean I got to pay this back over 60 years and not 30? Like, I'm making stuff up, but there's stuff. When Open Door advertises, they're not telling you that stuff. They're just telling you get cash in your pocket, right? So what's to stop me from going out and comparing all the iBuyer programs and then doing a local webinar or a meet and greet for home sellers and explaining to everybody, look, these things are great. And here, if you're in this position, here's where this might work for you. But if you're not in that position and you're concerned about a little bit less equity and having to pay something on the back end, this is why you go with a guy like me, and I can help you through that. Why not educate?
Here's the thing I think that we need to take a look at. So my team is called the McDaniel Callahan team, right? Now, our full name is the McDaniel Callahan Real Estate Team, but we leave the real estate out like fucking morons. Now, when you look at Open Door,
well, you can only do that if you're a brokerage anyway, so you can't have real estate in your title.
Well, we learned that. Yeah. Well, at least in California we can, but
you can?
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, I don't know why we took it out, but that's not the point. The thing is that Open Door there, and I just did an article for Inman with Bernice Ross, and we go deep on the whole branding and marketing thing, and like Open Door, Next Door. This is telling you something about real estate without telling you something about real estate. A lot of us, when we want to go out there and we want to be competitive, we brand it to ourselves. So it's the Greg McDaniel teams, the McDaniel Callahan teams, the Nick Hackett team, so on and so forth. But you can't scale that at a large level. The one thing you can do is think about that a little bit more broadly, and then think about McDonald's and Burger King. Every single time McDonald's put a store down, Burger King would go put a store down on the other corner, right? Same thing with Blockbuster Video and Hollywood Video. Every time Blockbuster put a video store down, Hollywood Video just followed their lead. So why can't you be Burger King and Hollywood Video? Follow the lead of whatever these other leaders are doing, and you can start creating mass volume with the right branding and in the right marketing. Stop being the me, Greg show. Start being the consumer show. Start being the community show. Start being, the environment show, whatever kind of environment you're in or whatever you're into. But I believe that could help really kind of brand you to people that are like-minded. Jake, you look about ready to twitch off right there.
Greg, so one of the unique advantages that these national companies have with their brand is they've named it, okay? And now they have a unique selling proposition, which is their compelling offer, which takes it right to the actual need of who that consumer is, right? So they've found a niche way to go ahead and actually push that brand in and carry that unique compelling offer. So when we're talking here about compelling offers for your business, it's important to identify what you can do, and it's always going to come back, ladies and gentlemen, to time and money. Okay, time and money. It will always come back to that, and it's not just in this industry; it's in many other industries. All right, so the answer is yes, especially on a local level. You need to be engaging and identifying your local competitors, and creating what you can do for them. And that's something that we've done over here in the Clever Nation. Is we've taken a look at aligning ourselves with different vendors, and I know we did that show here just recently, but this brings it right in to what a compelling offer is. So our agents have the ability to go ahead and utilize our national fleet of trucks and literally offer free or low cost moves if somebody's going to go ahead and list or buy with them across the whole United States of America. So we're going to be passing along anywhere from a $10,000 to a $25,000 savings, which those would have had to have incurred anyway. So it gives us a unique way to go ahead and really organize our marketing message, our compelling offer, and say, you know what? Yeah, you might have gotten an offer from Open Door, but right now in the seller's market, we can go ahead and go to the open market, do it in such a way that's strong, get some good offers coming in. And now I'm going to save you this much money on the back end with your move, and it's going to be hassle-free, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of ways to go ahead and understand what's available to you. Use other vendor opportunities like Clever Leads. So to go ahead and really hedge.
And then, Good thing, Jake is so mild about his self-promotion. I do love that. But no, a lot of his stuff that he's built for me over there, guys, has really given me some really good opportunities to be that hyper-local human being. And we all need assistance. So we all need people who are going to do our things. Nick, share up that
might be your new nickname. That might be your new nickname, the hyper-local human being.
The hyper-local human being. I like that.
I like that. All right, boys, I'm bailing out. I got some business to attend to. Thank you. And this is a great conversation. You guys are awesome.
Buddy.
Sure.
Hey, big snuggles, buddy. Big snuggles.
See you, bud.
All right, Gene's out.
So I wanted to bring this up from and let me share my screen real quick. Which screen are we getting? Okay.
I don't know. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm bringing it all.
All right.
Yep, up right now.
So essentially, AdBeat is just a kind of a spy tool, so you can look at other competitors' native and display ads online. So it's not going to be Facebook lookup. It's not going to be Google. It's going to be display stuff. But I use this all the time as far as seeing what other brands are doing and seeing what their message is to the market, because you can pretty safely bet if you are looking up a brand and they have 200 or 300 display ads running with thousands of dollars, that they've probably tested that call to action and it's probably pretty good, right? So look at Open Door, look at OfferPad, look at Knock. Everything that they talk about is all about convenience. And let me find Knock real quick.
I love that ad. I love that ad to the right, Nick. It's in blue for everybody who's listening. It's a banner ad, and it says, "Get your home sold in," and then took out a couple of words and says minutes. And I'm like, damn, I'm not even trying to sell my house, but that freaking sounds good. I'll do that. I would click on that ad.
Yeah. So, but the idea behind this, right, is just doing a little bit of research, knowing what's out in the market. It's no different than, say, when foreclosures were really relevant and short sales were really relevant. People were curious about what's going on. So everybody's curious about these iBuyer programs. Go get that new home. You're sold with OfferPad, right?
Mm-hmm.
No showings, pick your closing day, free local move. That is a super powerful, like, couple of words, right? No showings, you pick your closing date, and you move for free. Like, that's a super compelling offer, right? Are you?
So Nick, what Nick, is there anything that would stop any other agent from using that exact same marketing?
No, so build your team, right? Build your vendors. Do you have local movers that offer a discount that you can have on your team that you can say, hey, part of my package, right? I'm going to charge 6%. The other thing about this too is, like, if you, and I'll leave, stop sharing my screen here. You kick me back on. If you think about it, all these companies that have come out there for convenience, they are charging a convenience fee. They're charging more than any realtor in their market. Okay.
Yeah, they are.
They're charging 6%, and then they're charging $3,000, $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 on top of that fee. Total package of anywhere between 8 and 12% for a listing based on convenience. And that's, like, back to what Jake said about, we live in this Amazon Prime, got to have it now. What's the most convenient thing possible? And it's kind of made us soft as a society of what we're willing to put up with or willing to do. And it's like, that's what they're feeding off of. So the only reason I'm bringing this up, I don't want you to change your whole operation, right? I don't want to give you all this massive homework and think, oh my God, I have to compete with all these people. It still is a small percentage. If you look at your market, how many people sold to iBuyer, it's still less than 10%. What I want you to understand is you will get more business, more traditional listings, if you talk openly about the elephant in the room. And right now, it might be a small percentage in your market, like 10%, but every seller that's thinking about selling is getting inundated with this message, and they're curious about it. So if you have the message to come out and say, and here's the biggest thing that I want you to take from this timeout before I go any further. Do not come out and start saying iBuyer and saying the word iBuyer. That's real estate jargon. People don't understand it. Use these companies that are spending thousands of, tens of thousands, $100,000 in your market. Talk about OfferPad, talk about Knock, talk about these other things, and just educate the people as to what's going on out there, because it hurts bad enough right now if you're a real estate agent and you find out that somebody from your database sold with another agent, right? That hurts. You didn't communicate with that person. You didn't keep up to date. They found another agent. They sold without you. That hurts. What hurts even more than that is to find out that they sold through OfferPad or Knock and paid 9% on that listing because of a convenience fee and something else. And you're out here wondering if you should be charging 6% and trying to lower your fees to compete while these other big 10 companies are taking over. And here we got a visitor. Hey, buddy.
Oh, we got an inbound.
He hears me talking. Come here, buddy.
I love it. Well, while we're bringing Nick Jr. up,
we got the little guy.
Yeah, you see Nene.
Yeah, we're talking about real estate.
Yeah, you see Nene.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, buddy. See, this is why we real estate uncensored.
I think you should definitely be let people know of what's going on in the market, in your market. Right? It might not be in your market specifically, but people have to know for sure.
Yeah, and actually, this is the question, Nick. If you want to take that question from Gail really quickly and just read that quote, because my dyslexic ass will fuck that up. I mean, mess that up. My deep apologies. There's little ears here now.
Earmuffs.
Yeah. Oh, big earmuffs. Okay, no more four-letter words. But would you read
love
that?
The idea of networking with other entities that will make the transfer of property more convenient. My question is, how can one do that in a state that has no lotteries, rebates, or raffles? Just move to the golf building, back up from scratch. Was used to offering a service. So, yeah, obviously check with your local market. And we're not talking about steering anybody. We're talking about your vendor relationships, and there's nothing wrong. You can disclose till the cows come home. As long as you disclose of what's going on and you have a relationship with those vendors, it's still part of your package. You're not forcing anybody to take anything. You're not steering a buyer or seller to use your stuff without them knowing that you have an affiliated agreement with someone else. So as long as all that stuff is disclosed up front, and again, you don't want to scare anybody with your marketing. You want to get them to call you. Right. The idea of marketing is to get the phone to ring, get the people to fill out a form on your website so that you can have that conversation and disclose that, hey, we're doing this because we have A, B, and C. This is our package. We've been doing this for 10 years, and we felt that, the way that traditional way of real estate is needed a revamp, and that's what we've done, and we're offering more value to you as a consumer. This is why we're doing what we're doing, right? Open, honest transparency never loses. But get the phone to ring, because these companies are spending millions of dollars every single year combined educating themselves. They're using your brother Brad's data, okay? They know who the sellers are in the market. They're advertising to them before you even get to them. So you got to be educated on it. We got to know what we're doing, and we got to figure out why you're not taking a nap.
So, Nick, the analogy here that I have, and I'm going to let Jake jump in, is that you're like the professional real estate agent that's educated in kind of what's going on. And I love your son. He's a handsome, handsome young man. But, I mean, when he blurted out right there, that's like a normal agent trying to understand this shit, right? So you have to work with a professional that understands what you're talking about. Because I get it. Jake gets it. Gene gets it. But a lot of folks, this is foreign concepts to some folks. And that's not bad, because your son's going to grow up. He's going to be a handsome, incredibly successful gentleman. And you know what? He's going to speak eloquently when he gets older, as he grows. And Nick's just grinning from ear to ear. But I mean, the thing is that it's okay to go through that growth pattern in life and in business. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Jake, what say you?
So Nick brought it right to where exactly I was going to go ahead and chirp in about 5 minutes ago. They are already in the door talking to your prospective customers.
Mm-hmm.
They are already carrying this message to your prospective customers. So let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So compelling offers. While you're thinking about this, in my mind, all right, so this is like step 3, okay, of actually doing this properly. We're going to have to talk about getting you guys set up with the right tools and having your whole digital underground linked properly so that everything is omni-channel. So when you start creating unique selling propositions, compelling offers, creating educational consumable content, that it works in a proper fashion for you so that you can be extremely competitive, get more eyeballs on it. So while you are building up to what is my compelling offer, if you start shooting a compelling offer, it's going to be like that, one shot done, unless you have your infrastructure set up properly. So there is a lot of knowledge to obtain to go ahead and get set up properly. But you need to be thinking about those core business pillars and those tools to go ahead and link everything together so that it's on YouTube. It's on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all these different places. It's on your website, staying at your headquarters, that you have all of your tools and you're in a position to receive once you go ahead and create this and get it out, and you're going to stuff some paid advertisement behind it for retargeting and remarketing. So that might be a whole mouthful, but what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is there is a right way to do this and a wrong way. So understand your local competing forces. Also educate yourself on what are these companies offering and what are the black and white behind the scenes, the terms and conditions, what people are doing. Look at different reviews on YouTube. There are people that have good experiences and bad experiences. It's out there. Okay, so it's very important. This comes back to Gino. He says we all get dealt stuff when we're in a corner. So what do we do in those moments? And I want to put this in your mind, and it's very simple. For all of my sports fans out there, for all of the athletes that have ever competed professionally, in school, preparation, hard work, and educating yourself on how to make yourself better to achieve a high level of performance, and understanding who your competitor was is exactly what we did. All right. So for all my military veterans, same thing. Understanding the battlefield, understanding who our competition is, understanding angles of attack to go ahead and get around fortified defense. Prepare yourself, educate yourself with these things. It's inevitable, and they are already in the door talking into the ears of your prospective consumers. And there's a lot behind those compelling offers. So if you are saying, would you like to learn more information about instant offers, cash offers, convenience companies that might be already talking to you, I'm your local resource. I can go ahead and help you understand what that means. If Zillow is going to give you an offer, if Open Door, Redfin, and on and on and on, you become the expert, and that's very damn important. So there's a whole
lot there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to break down something really, really quickly. I was watching, I don't know, a TikTok or something stupid the other day, and Nick grinning like, yeah, I do the same thing. Jake's like, I've never heard of TikTok. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I'm not. So,
and spit bullets.
I'm not. Look, I love all social channels. As a marketer, as an advanced marketer, I love all social channels.
So that's my point. So I was watching TikTok the other day, and there was this. Remember the movie Ants, like 2000 or something like that? It was a Disney movie, and the locusts were, the head locust was sitting there, and that would be the top producing agent in your market, right? And his three little compadres were going like, there's only one ant that's talking trash to you, and he takes a little acorn and throws it at the guy and goes, "Did that hurt?" He's like, "No." Threw it at the other ant, "No." The other animal, "No." Then he unleashed the entire hold of all the nuts that they had, and just crushed and devastated all of them. That's kind of like the mentality I think of when it comes to pushing out content. If you do one thing here and there, ain't gonna do shit. But if you come up with a strategy and a plan, you have the ability to really go out there and decimate your competition, either local or bigger, as long as you're visible on a consistent basis. There was another movie that I watched. It's like in about 2000, and it was a dumb bug movie. Again, bugs. But the people in the movie, the government always would ask, "Do you want to learn more? Do you want to learn more? Do you want to learn more?" And it got so repetitive. I've remembered it for 20 years. So when it comes to that, where do you start prepping for this? How do you start? And what kind of timeline are we potentially looking at for agents to get completely and totally, omnipresent in their marketplaces? Nick.
Whoa. So that's a super loaded question. Without going too much into overwhelm, pick one channel. Pick one channel and master that one channel first. The probably the most common thing that I see is listen to a show like this, and it's like, hey, well, Instagram Reels is where I should be at, and now I'm on Instagram, and now I'm posting the stories, I'm doing Reels, I'm doing regular posts. There's 5 different ways to post just inside Instagram. There's 3 to 4 different ways to post inside Facebook organically, and you got TikTok making content there. Then you got the old Snapchat. You got LinkedIn. You got all these profiles. So for me, I'm still a big fan of Facebook, 100%, for most real estate agents, because most of their markets, 35 to 55 is still living on Facebook most of the day. So I would get really, really clear on one message to one market over time, and that could be inside Facebook. So the same strategy, we talked about this 2 or 3 shows ago about doing direct messaging inside Facebook to your people who are on your friends list. You can do the same thing inside Instagram, but just have one message. And we use this. So our strategy at Amplified is to basically post content organically, and then the content that wins, and this is where we talk about at bats, right? And having multiple pieces of content, because the content that wins is what you put ad spend behind. So you let the people decide. I have 10 plus years experience in actually running ads on platforms, and I'm surprised all the time as to what will take off and go viral. You don't know. I mean, I have a good idea. I kind of have a framework of what helps things go viral, but you don't know at the end of the day. So by having more posts, by having more at bats, as much video as you possibly can, because it's so easy to get people to watch video. It's becoming increasingly more difficult nowadays to get people to click off platforms and go to other things. So that's why I say, it's not in Facebook's interest to get them to click off and go to your website. That's why we talk about IDX websites being dead. If you're just posting blog posts on Facebook to get them to click off to go read it somewhere else, good luck, paid or organic or otherwise. So get really good and get really comfortable posting one time a day on one platform for a couple weeks to a month, see what kind of traction you get, become an expert at one platform before you jump into a different one. The worst thing you can do is try to do a bunch of things on a couple platforms, and then you won't do anything because you'll just be so overwhelmed. So you have to know your market. You have to know, where your people are lying. Most of the time, it's going to be on Facebook. If you're professional, go ahead.
Is it knowing your market or knowing the platform you want to excel on?
Yeah, and it can be as simple as, well, I personally prefer Instagram, right? And that goes back to like, what's the best CRM? You think about all these social platforms like a CRM, whatever you're going to use, whatever you're going to be in the most. So like, totally disregard everything I said. If you personally really don't like Facebook, if you are on Instagram, if you like Instagram more, go all in on Instagram, right? Don't think that there's this perfect thing. But if we're talking about platforms for what it is, okay, YouTube is your professional video. YouTube is your movie. If you have a blockbuster movie and you're putting time and effort and polish and everything, put it on YouTube, right? If you're going to be on Facebook and Instagram, you can still have polished professional videos on there. Put those as posts, and then inside your reels or stories is going to be your day-to-day unpolished, unfinished type of post, right? So if you think about platforms, you can't limp into YouTube, because the one thing that kills people on YouTube is consistency. If you're not consistent, and I'm talking about like, I upload videos every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Consistency. That's the difference. If you look on someone's YouTube channel of like somebody who has 1,000 followers versus 100,000, guaranteed the 100,000 follower person is posting on a regular basis, no matter what regard. Like, you have to be consistent and religious with it. So if you're not going to do that on YouTube, don't even bother, right? Dude. You can have stuff on there just for stuff, but don't expect to get 100,000 followers in a month. It's not going to happen. Okay.
Dude, I have a couple of podcasts I listen to that are also on YouTube. And like, I got and this is my favorite podcast. I'm not going to say the name of it because all you guys think I'm weird, but I love this podcast. And the hosts took a week off. And I was thinking about it the other day when I was walking around. I'm like, these motherfuckers haven't given me any content to listen to in like 5 days. I'm irate. Then there's this other guy who's more of a political guy. This fool posts 3 10-minute videos a day. So I constantly get his content. And I've switched away from another couple of podcasts and videos because of that consistency in that video production and the audio production. So, Nick, you are spot on that stuff, dude, without a doubt. Jake, you're eerily quiet. It means you're plotting something. So what's going through your brain?
This is what I do in life, right? For businesses and now real estate agents. This is why I've created Clever Leads, and this is why I created the process to go ahead and help with all of these different components. You know, you think about, as I sit here and I listen to Nick, and I can go ahead and put myself in the mindset of a starting agent, which in my mind, I think immediately startup business. Okay, so if you're going to go ahead and be starting or reorging what you are doing because it's not working, I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, consistent content that's educational and consumable, produced, and then disseminated out to the people. You have to get eyes and awareness. You have to go ahead and gain attention so that and then stay consistent with that attention. All right. And then you need to go ahead and get people closer to a conversion. So then it's about, what are you offering to these people that now you have the attention? And after you go ahead and convert them to, whether it's an online form, whether it's actually becoming a consumer of yours, now it's about, what are you doing to go ahead and keep your content going so that your brand stays retained with these people so that they reuse you and or refer you to other people. So when you start, and if you are low budget and just can't afford the necessary tools for success yet, you have to get started. So if you have that time, start producing, start getting it out onto some of these free social channels. And just like Nick said, put money behind the things that you know have good attention, good awareness, okay, so that you can get some more eyeballs onto these folks, okay? And then when the time is right, find somebody, a company to go ahead and align yourself with that has already figured it all out, has a whole process, so that you can go ahead and use your money to go ahead and purchase back your time so that you are consistently in a state of firing yourself so you can hire yourself forward. All right, so this is important. As Nick was talking about different channels, and I know he was going specific on these different ones, right? Each one of these social networks has a certain way to engage. Right? But any business needs to understand who their competitor is in their local marketplace. And you guys have national competitors coming in to everywhere, and they're already in the ear of your consumer. So if you're looking on YouTube to find out what other real estate agents are sitting there producing content, all right, they've thought it through. They've taken the actionable steps to go ahead and get it out there. If it's me, you don't ever want to compete with me in your marketplace. I guarantee you, because every single good video that you're putting together, I'm going to put the exact same video together, and I'm going to put my billboard up next to yours. And there is a really good chance that somebody would rather do business with me than you. And I'm going to go ahead and get into the same flow because that's where the eyeballs are. Ladies and gentlemen, it's out there. All right. So there are signs everywhere. Look for success, find out what they're doing, and start taking action in your business to repeat it. So
yeah. Repeating is a really important thing, is because and I'm guilty of this, and a lot of agents are as well. We've done things that worked so well to build our business, our brand, our visibility. As soon as we started doing it and we got success, we stopped doing it. It's fucking retarded. But I'll tell you one thing, it is a common thread with all agents, all businesses. Just because, I mean, hey, I got my couple of deals, I'm going to move on to the next shiny object. Shiny objects will kill your business, ladies and gentlemen. I will guarantee you that. If you stay tried and true to whatever works for you, just stick with it. If you're the best networker out there, don't ever spend $1 with any of us. Just network, get out there and be visible. If Facebook is your jam, Nick is your boy. If you want to get in the trucking business and do a lot of kind of social media stuff with Jake, get a hold of Jake. You know, it really is your flavor where you want to thrive. But guys, there's so much we can keep going on, but we're running up against a deadline here. Jake,
this is what's nice about the Marketing Round Table.
I know.
Because so here's a perfect example, ladies and gentlemen. We start out on a topic today, and look at all of the connectivity that's happening, right? Where we say, okay, this compelling offer might be step 3, but we have to get to that point. This is what's nice about the Marketing Round Table. If you like what we're doing, please hit the like button down below. Give us some love, shoot some comments over, think about some questions that you can go ahead and actually throw our way next Wednesday and the following Wednesday. Do some thinking about it. So here's Mr. McDaniel, Mr. Sakis, myself, and Gino, right? And we're trading our non-infinite lives to go ahead and come on here to go ahead and share the years of experience that we have to go ahead and help you guys out. We really are. So we think about this and we talk about it behind the show. So we ask that you guys go ahead and tell other people about us. Come with comments and questions, good or bad. I guarantee you that this roundtable, if we don't know it, which there's not a good chance that we don't, we are going to go ahead and bring somebody in that can go ahead and help answer that question. I'm serious. So if you like what we're doing, please, I urge you, don't just sit there and say, oh, that was good. Show us a little bit of love. We appreciate it.
Yeah. We would appreciate it, guys, because we want to help you and all your friends and all your team members and everybody else. Jake, everybody can get a hold of you where? They're going to bring Nick in. But where can everyone get a hold of you and kind of learn a little bit more about this whole Cleverly thing spelled with a K?
Yeah. If you guys are interested in finding out more about what I do for success, come on over to cleverleads.com. You can enter your information on our website. Our website is going to be changing next week. We have a whole big suite of power packages to go ahead and help your business grow and go. So we've got our Power CRM that we built, which is the next gen lead generation platform. We have advanced tracking websites. We do OTT advertising, geofencing. We do social media, professional video editing. We've got it all. Literally, we have it all. And virtual assistant services for your business. So while everybody else has been sleeping, Mr. Wolf has been working behind the scenes to go ahead and understand what the market needs. So come on over. We'll dress you for success. Clever leads.
Remember, guys, clever with a K, guys. Clever with a K. And by the way, there's trucking involved. I like to be a big trucker sometimes, but that's a funny joke. Nick, I know that you have some amazing stuff. Where can people get a hold of you at, where do you want to go? Amplified Marketing. I mean, is that correct?
Yeah. Check out our Facebook group. Search for Real Estate is a Joke. If you want to get some free information, knowledge, or some downloads and stuff in there, we also stream this live. So in that group. Also, if you would like to go from average Joe to local pro, I still kind of like that. I don't know, it's got a ring to it.
I love that.
Go to Get Amplified Marketing and book a call with me. If you want somebody who's going to be on your side as your coach, helping you, walking you through navigating these crazy markets of real estate and how to become the go-to person in your market through advanced marketing. Oh, I just stole Jake's word, advanced marketing. I'm an advanced marketer. But yes, professional marketing done for you. We do video coaching, and then we distribute that through all social platforms, through paid advertising. Give me a shout. GetAmplifiedMarketing.com and book a call. Happy to talk to anybody.
Nice, guys. Remember, keep calm. I'm a baller. That's your motto for the rest of the day. Guys, we are hiring for our EXP team. We are growing, expanding. We have some powerhouses down in the Florida neighborhoods. I'm not going to reveal their names unless they want their names to be revealed, but we're going to be building some amazing powerhouse groups and organizations that's going to basically take away everything you're ever going to need in real estate and just make it completely 100% easy for you. We're going to make it so you don't have to be a small pack. You're going to get into a big pack of people that are like-minded, and you're going to be able to take off and run like the wind. Unfortunately, Mr. Gene Volpe is not here with us, but he is at GVI Media. Go there, talk with Gene. He'll probably give you a shocked face like this every time he picks up the phone, but that's okay. We still love him. Guys and gals, any other thoughts, theories, concerns, or anything else we want to cover before we get out of here and let everybody enjoy their day?
So I'd like to go ahead and triple coin. Oh, you still have GVI up on the screen. I'd like to triple coin.
I know. I'm trying to find it. Give me a break.
I'd like to triple coin exactly what Greg said about Florida. If you guys are in the state of Florida and you're listening to this, I highly urge that you go ahead and get in touch with Greg McDaniel to go ahead and understand what's getting ready to happen. So it's happening, and there will be super cells of extremely successful agents that align themselves with the initiatives that are getting ready to happen. And if you are in the state of Florida, you'll have an opportunity to go ahead and see me one-on-one in person to go ahead and really fine-tune your business and unleash the power of success for you.
Love it. I love that.
It felt like a Tony Robbins speech. Man.
Yeah, it did. Holy cow, I'm inspired. I'm going to call myself. Hold on. Hello? Hi, is this Greg? Yeah, hi, Greg. My name's Greg. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We love you and appreciate you more than you possibly could ever know. Gentlemen, before we do the full close, Nick, Jake, colors for the bow on the show. Nick, go.
I'm going open door blue, since that's why we kicked off the call.
All right. And what is yours, Jake?
Independent real estate agent gold.
Whoa.
I am here to support all of those agents that have these competing forces like that open door blue.
All right. So we have an IPA gold, independent agent gold. Independent agent gold, which I love IPA, so that works out really well. And then we have open door blue. These are the two colors for the bow on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We love you to pieces. Go out there and give us a 5-star, not a 2-star review on every single platform that you listen or watch all your podcasts, so it helps the algorithm show it up to more folks. We love you. We appreciate you. And until next time, peace out.